Moi, it is Joinen, and welcome to another week of my game show. I decided I didn't want to wear a suit again. People wearing suits in YouTube videos, it's kind of... So instead, I've gone for the backyard science look. Last week we had some great submissions, and we will get to the winners later, but first, this week's games. Every episode is broken down into 4 mini games, A, B, C, and D, and you are encouraged to participate in all of them. For each game, I will give you a prompt, and all you have to do is leave a comment below. Please leave your comments as separate comments and not one big chunk, because it helps me a lot when I'm cutting out the comments for next week. And start your comments off with A through D, depending on which game your comment is an answer to. So anyway, let's get into it. This week's games. Game A. Piction. This game is simple. I'm gonna draw a picture, but the video of me doing so is going to stop halfway through. All you have to do is guess what it is I drew. The interesting thing about this game is that it has, or I guess it could have, 2 winners. The first will be the person to accurately guess what it is I drew. That's if someone actually guesses, which, with my drawing skills. The second winner will be what I find to be the funniest guess at what it is I drew, which I will then also draw next week. Remember, you are actually trying to guess what it is I drew though. You only get 1 guess per game. Let's get drawing. No more. Now, like I said, we're gonna be stopping this video halfway through. And I'm gonna leave it purposefully ambiguous so that we can get some interesting interpretations of what it is I'm drawing. And we're gonna go like this. Now, you guys certainly remember my great drawing skills from a week or 2 ago. And so you know to only expect the absolute best. We're gonna chuck some light blue in here. And then what's gonna happen is after you guys have made your guesses, next week we're gonna come back and I'm gonna show you the end of the drawing, which will hopefully kind of tie it all together and you guys will see what it was that I was actually drawing. Hopefully it'll become obvious at that point. Like really, you should draw the whites of the eyes first and then the outline if you're gonna draw an outline. But, you know, fast and loose. There's some very red kissy lips. Okay, now obviously this side is kind of done, but I'm gonna stop the video here and this side is the bit that I will finish off in next week's video. Have fun guessing what it is that I've drawn here, and we'll see what it is next week. All right, let's get on to game B. Dialogue Dog. In this game, I'm going to show you a clip with a basic back and forth of 3 lines of dialogue, just that there is no dialogue, and it's up to you to come up with it. I will then dub the clip with the winner's comment next week. Alright, flying through these. On to game C. Mad Lib Madness. You all know what Mad Libs are, right? I ask you some verbs, nouns, adjectives, whatever, in a particular order, and we insert them into a story that you previously you haven't heard it before. Okay, and lastly, Game D. Title Idol. Game D is a bit different. You've got to come up with the most creative, intriguing, or funny song title, and I will turn the winner's title into a song dedicated to you next week. That's it. Okay, now for last week's winners. But first, this video is brought to you by my new patrons. And as part of that whole process, so here we have a plain old Waldor where my favorite comments go up. But the latest edition, the Patrons Corner. So we have Asha Marsden and Roadkill Olympics. These are my supporter tier patrons. And we also have our mega supporters. So for the mega supporters, we have Kilo Cat, Astrosin, Justin Cross, Tears for Lou, and Sarah Berry, who's actually like a little step above a mega supporter. Thank you, all of you, so much. It's crazy to me that you guys are willing to give this kind of support, and it not only makes all of this more possible, but it's also just a huge encouragement that people believe in my channel and what I'm doing. Thank you. Some of the names look bigger, but that's just because I wanted to stretch them out to be the same length. Anyway, so big thank you to you guys. If any of you are interested in supporting the show, currently that is the best way you can do it, other than just liking and commenting as usual. Link in the description to check that out if you're interested. Thank you. Back to the video. In last week's game A, I asked you to finish off my haiku. I didn't want to, and never again will I. And here's some of the stuff you guys came up with. I didn't want to, and never again will I, use a public loo. Rhymes, but meh. I mean, I guess it rhymes. Apologize for puns, which is one too many syllables for a haiku. Points for trying? Damn, it's late here. Fail question 1, which is also not 5 syllables. I didn't want to, and never again will I, try and do haikus. I didn't want to, and never again will I. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And never again will I touch a your spaghetti. Had to include this one in here for some relevant memes. Rub that old man's legs. I feel like some of your submissions for this were a little too specific. I didn't want to, and never again will I pee into the wind. Eloquent, relatable, truly pleasant. I didn't want to, and never again will I blush so intensely. I didn't want to, and never again will I use the incorrect amount of syllables in a haiku. Give nice guys my time. But the winner goes to a name I cannot begin to pronounce. I didn't want to, and never again will I compare this to Yai. We're gonna gloss over that one with no comment. It's a game show, guys. It doesn't relate to anything else on YouTube because it's in a game show format. No one else has a game show format on YouTube. And don't look it up, okay? Congratulations to you for winning the first game of the first episode of my game show. In last week's game B, I asked you to caption this photo. It's an old photo. It's a very old photo of me. I was but a boy, 30-year-old who looks 15 doing an impression of a 90-year-old. Okay, well, I'm not any of those ages, and I wasn't then either. I'm selling my scooter because I need money for a new wardrobe. Jeez, okay. I understand. I'll tell past me to get some better clothes. When mum doesn't understand, it's not a phase. As I look into the world, I see sheep just grazing around, not knowing that they will soon be turned into food. They sit in their cars, blissfully unaware that those cars are murder machines, designed to kill them and bring them to the alien overlords. But I will be safe. I ride a scooter. When your mum wants a candid shot for the photo album. When you get that feeling Joinen's parents are secretly Chad, Tronic, and Slazo. I'm older than Slazo, so figure that one out. Don't mind me, just being obese here. Who's going the distance? Who's going for speed? I'm going the distance. I'm going for speed. Me trying to come up with a funny caption, even though I know I have no creativity within me. Well, you tried. But the winner of Game B, Caption King, goes to Kristen. I accidentally took this picture of myself while I was looking off into the distance. Really captures how deep my emotional connections are. Congratulations, Kristen. You won. You just won. In last week's Game C, I asked you to name a title of a movie and describe it in 3 words. Star Wars 3, Revenge of the Sith. Sith gets revenge. Forrest Gump, Park Bench Life Stories. Look, maybe it's harsh, but I'm not willing to give Park Bench a pass on 1 word. I guess this had to go in here. The Room. Oh, hi, Mark. This one was very close to winning. The Last Jedi, but not quite. Guardians of the Galaxy, I Am Groot. Let's be honest, the real reason everyone watches it. I'm kidding, okay? Shrek, Live Cucumber Farts. I think these guys had a notable submission in every game so far. Avengers, Infinity War. It's very smart, but only 2.5 words. The perks of being a wallflower. Sad freshman boy. The Emoji Movie. Entertaining. Funny. Dramatic. Fast and Furious. Speedy and angry. See, you are creative. But the winner goes to SNES with My Neighbor Totoro. Body positive pedo. Congratulations, SNES. You won the game. Now, in last week's Game D, I asked you to guess a number between 1 and 1000 and add a message. And if you got it right, I would write your name and your message up underneath the number that is posted on Waldor. But none of you guessed it. My fault, I probably should have picked between 1 and 100, but let's keep this going as a bonus game. Game E! Continue guessing the the number between 1 and 1000 and add a message next to it, and it may end up on Waldor. Thank you for watching, playing, and participating. Leave your answers to this week's games in the comments below, remembering to submit your comments as separate answers with the letter A, B, C, or D, depending on the game, at the start of the comment. And I'll be back with the winners next Friday.